When a person dies, the mark that individual leaves on the world represents that individual's legacy. It's about the richness of that individual's life, including what that person accomplished and the impact he or she has on the people and the places that they encountered. Ultimately, the story of a person's life represents that individual's legacy. Have you ever thought about the legacy that you will leave when you die? I've been thinking about that a lot lately, and I want to dig into that in today's episode of Longing for More. I hope you'll join me. Welcome to Longing for More, where Christians come to strengthen their faith, revive their soul, and learn to live their lives with a sense of fulfillment and peace. Listen each week to learn how to incorporate your faith into your daily activities, stop wandering through life feeling empty and unfulfilled, and begin to live your more. Let's get started. So have you been thinking about it? What kind of a legacy will you leave? I've been thinking about it a lot today because, today is November 6th, 2021. Now, I know that typically podcasters are encouraged to keep their podcast episode timeless so that people can listen to them at any time and feel like they're in the moment. The reason that I'm going to veer from that rule today is because today is a really important day for me. It's the day that I launch my book, A Different View, Start Living the Life Your Soul Longs For. And the reason that today is chosen for the launch of my book, even though honestly not all the different versions are ready and everything like that, the reason I chose this day is because this would have been my grandmother's birthday, November 6th. And I just really wanted to honor the life that she lived and the impact that she had on my life. Honestly, the legacy that she left in my life. And so as I launched this book on November 6th, I realized that it's also a really great day to relaunch this podcast. If you've been a listener for any time at all, you know that I stopped recording the podcast a year ago. Actually, it was more than a year ago. It was in September of 2020 when I was diagnosed with cancer and made the decision that I needed to obviously take time off to heal from the surgery. But then I did a whole episode on it called Permission to Pause, where I just realized that not knowing how truly we caught it early and everything was good, but before we knew that, the thoughts that went through my life, my mind about my life, and the fact that potentially with cancer, who knew how much longer I have? And in reality, we never know, do we? But as I went through that thought process, I realized that I had a book in me that needed to get out, and that was going to be my legacy. And so I gave myself permission to pause. I stopped this podcast and many other things that I was doing that was keeping me distracted and away from finishing the book that I had on my heart to write. So it's been hard because I really love podcasting and I love the people that I interview and the people who listen to this show. And I thank you for that. But I just needed to get that done. And I thought, what a great way to bookend that process. So I stopped when I really got serious about writing the book. And I thought, you know what? It's a good time to bring the podcast back when I'm launching the book. So I'm launching the book and the podcast at the same time. And I just really appreciate that I have been blessed with the opportunity to do that. So again, the reason I'm going to dive into the book more in the future, but I just wanted to pop in today and say that I feel so blessed to have been able to go through the process of really fulfilling a dream of mine that I've had for years. Ever since I picked up my first book, I swear that I knew there was going to be a book in me somewhere, sometime. And this book really is, the bottom line is it's all about the legacy that we will leave with our children, the legacy that we live and that we will leave with our children and our grandchildren. And in fact, it's so important to me that I actually dedicated the book to my grandmothers. And I'm going to read that dedication to you right now. This book is dedicated to my grandmothers. They were women who instilled in me a passion for learning and books. While each followed her unique path, they both demonstrated love, a commitment to God, and how to live our faith. Like so many grandmothers who want to leave a legacy in this world, they lived their more. And I pray that you are living your mores as well. And honestly, I pray that you will read a different view, because it truly will give you a different perspective on life. It will help you realize that the world has pulled us away from God's truth. And we are believing things that God never intended for us to believe, not only about ourselves, but the impact that we have on the world and our ability to do the things that He laid on our hearts to accomplish in this world. The book is broken into 4 parts, and it associates with my mission in life, which is to help people live your more. And so the 4 parts correlate with the letters in the word more. The first part being missing. What's missing in your life? The second part is order, bringing order to the chaos of this world. And do we have a lot of chaos going on? We sure do, and we need more order in our lives. The third part is the redefine, and we redefine our priorities and get back to living a life that is in alignment with God's will. And the fourth part is eternal, living our eternal purpose. So I hope you'll read the book. I hope you'll take my mini course that I have available. I'll put a link to that in the tagline. If you're curious about whether you are living your more, I would encourage you to take my quiz, the Live Your More quiz, and see how you're doing there. And of course, I've created a self-study group or a self-study course, and I'm going to have a mastermind group and do some coaching around that, only because it is so important that we really think about the legacy we're leaving. And I just pray that this has inspired you to be introspective, look at your life. And actually, I just pray that you will help me celebrate our legacies and celebrate all that we have been blessed with in this world. So I just want to thank you so much for stopping by today. I am going to continue back with the episodes of Longing for More. I'm going to try just going every other week for a while. I know this is releasing on a Saturday, which is unusual for the episode or this podcast, if you're familiar with it. I am going to come back to the Tuesdays, and I will be back week after next on Tuesday. So again, thank you so much for stopping by, and I look forward to being back in your earbuds and a part of your life again. So I just pray that you will go, you will be blessed, and that you will always, always live your more.